To finish the video, we were lucky enough to get the cameras to the Edward Martin Draftshoeing contest at Kittockside in East Kilbride. And although Edward is not in the greatest of health these days, we were fortunate enough to have him and David Wilson and other farriers from a different generation tell us about how it was in the old days.
Well, I'm the sixth generation, and it would just expect it of me more or less. My brother was older and he wasn't interested, and I left school on Friday night and started in the smithy on the Monday morning. And we shod horses as for working at that particular time. And I moved to where I am now, 46 years ago. And the reason I got the place was because I was able to shoe horses, because the guy it was on a farm, and he still had a lot of working horses at that time, and it just kind of went from there.
Long days, warm work. Since I came into the shop to start my apprenticeship, it coincided with the outbreak of war. And as a consequence, the emphasis at that time was known as dig for victory. And every part of the land was ploughed, to plough the field to scatter the good seed on the land. But it was good work, and safari, we never had an idle moment.
Oh, we were doing a lot of repair work, but we used to leave a Friday available for shoeing, and we'd shoe something like 15 hunters on a Friday. That was a kind of normal day. 15 hunters hot shod. But we'd done a lot of general work. We employed over 20 people at one time.
Well, when I first started, I was actually assisting my father when I was still in my early teens. And then went into the smithy in January 1950. At that period of time, I had reached the stage of being able to clinch Clydesdale feet. The change didn't really affect us then, because we had Clydesdales coming to the smithy every wet day. We sometimes got as many as 8, 10 queuing up at the smithy door from 6 o'clock onwards, first come, first served. And just shod away there until they were finished, and then we were making either cooters or repairing plough socks for the rest of the day. And at the end of the week, the rafters were always nearly empty again, so we made Clydesdale shoes on a Saturday morning from 6 o'clock until 12.
Well, I came into the trade on the 12th of July 1944, straight out of school. I was about that height. And it was a different world then. The horses were all working in the street, the farms.
The shop I was in was my grandfather, my father and myself. And that was an easy day. It was eight horses. Sometimes it was 10, sometimes it was 6. It varied. You didn't need to make a prior arrangement. The farmer just ushered his man and went to the butcher's shop to get shod. And that was then the story. He just stood there until he took his turn and walked home. So, in effect, a good average was for us, 2 men and a boy, was 8 shoes made and put on.
In that period of time, Father liked to have 4 pair of shoes every hour. 2 of us. We never clipped them then, so they were full, 3/4 fuller and stamped, or else plain stamped with heels. And they were clipped when the horses came in to be shod during the week.
Well, there's a living to be made at shoeing horses now, but not so much then when Edward and I were young. I mean, young boys now are making about £50 a set. They'll be grossing about 60,000 a year. You know, it's a big change from when we were young. We were just doing it for pennies, you know. In fact, my grandfather's days, half a croon. You shoe a horse, a Clydesdale horse, 2 and 6. Yeah, it's changed.
Well, the draft horse, you know, went out as a working horse pretty well, and no long after I actually started to work in, you know, the middle 50s, when tractors then came along. And it was only by competitions like this, the Highland Show and things, that kept the skills going.
Well, when I served my time, every shoe was handmade and it was all working horses. We only showed one riding horse. The rest were working horses with Shetland ponies up. And there were some gay cushions in these days. Anything that could pull was all right. Didn't matter about a blacksmith. His problem was shoeing them, but you had to keep them on the road, and that was mainly. And the man I served my time with, he was about 60. He served his time when there was no motors at the turn of this, the early 20th century. And he shod cab horses, bus horses, tramway horses. I shod mostly contractors' horses, dairymen, fruiterers, all these kind of things. That's what we did. And they were very pernickety, the old boys. You didn't get away with much. The job had to be right because you were keeping a horse on the road for a man to earn his living. Nowadays with these riding ponies, there's something wrong with them. You can stay off a fortnight. But a man earned his living, he had to get the horse on the road. So you learned to sort horses and keep them sound. That was your main job.
I'm past it now, and I must confess that all my working life I was happy in what I was doing. It was a skilled job. It was good work as far as I was concerned. And never a dull moment.
It's very much a Scottish tradition, and the shoes that we make, you know, most Scotsmen find it was, you know, fairly easy because that's the way we've been taught. Whereas the foreign competitors who are here today, you know, find it's a problem making these heels, and the heels are kind of traditionally very much Scottish, and it's just something we've inherited through the years. It's the only time that these guys get the chance to do something like this, because some of them never shoe Clydesdales at all, but they come along and they watch the older guys and you know, learn from there, and when you get some really good guys coming along, you know, they're no longer learning, and no, it's in good hands, I think.